what would you want your legacy and the legacy of your brand to be?
The legacy of Jamal Morrison will be built up off Lamage Company. But Jamal Morrison, I want them to know that he worked hard.
Welcome to episode 23 of Be The Model Podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Big Neil. And today we have a very special guest, fashion designer and the CEO of the Lamage Co., Jamal Morrison.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us today, Jamal.
Of course. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, man. How was the drive?
Is this like far, Kendall? I don't even know where I'm at. Like, I've never even know it's part of this. Still Miami?
Yeah, it's still Miami.
Yeah, Miami, somewhere out there.
Okay, I never knew this part existed.
So go on and tell us who you are, what is it that you do, and how did you get started into it?
My name is Jamal Morrison. I was born and raised in Baltimore by way of Philly. I was a military baby. So all my roots and stuff is in Philly, but we went back. We lived in Baltimore. We had a house in Baltimore. So I got into fashion kind of by accident. Like I wanted to do events. Okay. So that was my main thing. Like I was a fashionable guy, but in high school I did events. So I did like the proms, I did the softball balls, I did all types of stuff, and that's what I wanted to do getting out of high school. And I wanted to plan fashion shows. Like I wanted to be that fashion show producer. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to have my own clothing line. That wasn't my thing. So until one day, I graduated in 2008, and I was planning a show, and my designer kind of backed up. Like I had organized a designer to make all these looks, and they had backed out. And I'm like, oh, my show's in 6 weeks. I got these models. What I'm going to do? And I know when I was in 9th grade, I took a home ec class. Y'all remember home ec?
Yeah.
I took home ec.
I don't know if they still got
cooking.
I don't think they got home ec no more.
I think
home ec had sewing too.
So I think I was the last of home ec. I don't know if they still do that.
I think they ex home ec out.
Yeah. I don't know if they still do that. But I made a messenger bag, and they taught us how to do some other stuff. But I made a messenger bag with needle and thread. Right. So and a little hot glue, so that's all I had any ounce of experience with fabric and cutting out patterns and stuff like that. But I was good at it, so I tried to apply that same principle in 2009.
So you tried to actually make something.
Exactly. I tried to make jeans. I tried to make a dress and shorts and all types of stuff because I had to figure out I had a show coming up, and I had some looks that needed to be made, and this designer was playing with me, and I don't like people that play. If I'm trying to produce something, I'm trying to produce something, and that was me back in the day. I'm trying to produce this show. I got these models, I got these looks. It needs to be a certain way. Right. So that's where my drive comes from. So I had a couple models come over, and I was like, all right, I got this fabric. We're gonna make something happen. And my model was like, with a needle and thread and hot glue, and she was just
made one of those Denise shirts back in the day on the Cosby Show with Denise made a shirt.
And she not having it. She's like, no, I'm gonna go home. I got this sewing machine for my grandma. You can use it. Wow. I don't know how to use it. I said, all right, because I had to figure it out. So that sewing machine sat on my table for 2 weeks. So now it's 4 weeks into the show.
Okay.
No looks is created. I got a sewing machine, and I'm like, all right, I gotta figure this out. So I actually sat down, Googled how to sew, and every time I broke the needle 3 times. And the good thing, I had just got an apartment, and it was right down the street from Joanne Fabrics. So I ran up there and got a pack of needles. And I was like, all right, I'm trying to learn how to sew. She's like, oh, okay. The clerk was like, oh, good luck, you know. The next thing you know, I came. She said, you back again? I said, I broke all the needles. But I'm gonna learn how to sew. So then I figured it out. And then everything was horrible. Like, I mean, I got it together, though.
You got it, yeah.
But that's how I learned how to sew.
Right.
And that's not. They didn't even bring it to this.
Right.
Yeah, like I was trying to make stuff like that. That was the plug for fashion. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
So, did you do like art? Did you do drawings back then?
Nope.
You just said, hey, I just like fashion and I'm gonna just make outfits that...
I was a fashionable guy.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, I know how to present myself in crowds, especially in high school, because like the people that I hung around and like I was a part of SGA, so they taught you a lot of things. And shouts out to everybody in Randall High School back in Baltimore, because they taught me a lot of how to present myself as a businessman and as a professional, and my image. And that's what I took, and then it translated over into this.
Right.
You know?
Right. So how long you been doing this company?
I've had the brand since 2009. I didn't get my articles out of it until 12. Until I moved here. Yeah,
So can you stand up and show us what you got on? This is like your designer wear right here.
Yes.
Stand up for the model cam first.
This is the tracksuit, you know, real relaxed, real casual. Got the black, the block logo on the back.
Okay.
That has the emblem. Left chest. And then, on the track pants, Lamage Go Miami. I like to be casual. I like to be relaxed, but still like to be fly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I like tracksuits like this, and I like the fabric. I like the feel. You can run to the mall, still eye grabby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fly.
That's me. And so my ready to wear line is literally it's me. Like I can't say, oh, it reminds me of Michael Kors or Gucci and all that other stuff. No, it's Jamal Morrison.
That's how you want it.
Yeah.
And your company, the name is Lamage. So how'd you get that name?
Doing a fashion show in high school. I was organizing a group of models and we was doing a prom fashion show actually, and we had to give ourselves a name. And my advisor at the time, she was thinking of stuff, and we were always thinking of this, and I didn't know. So the moment the curtains opened and we was presenting the fashion show to the school, she went out and said Lamage Models. Because I was the director of it.
Okay.
And it took me back. I said, did she just say Lamage Models?
Right.
And I was just like, oh, okay. I guess we Lamage Models. Like, because I was organizing all these girls. I done styled them. I done got them in dresses, tell them I like this, I like that. And then now she just presented to the whole school Lamage Models.
Gotcha.
And literally from that day, Lamage has stuck with me. Like, it wasn't clothes, it was a modeling tree. Like, it was models at first. And that had ran with me from Baltimore to Philly to here.
So she just came up with the name Lamage?
Yeah. She said it, like, we was discussing in one of the little side rooms, like, she's like, what do we call you? She's like, how about Lamage? And I was like, what is that? She said, your name backwards. And I'm like,
so it's your name backwards?
Yeah, it's my name backwards. And I'm like, no, because I thought it was, and I'm young, I'm like 18, no, I was 18, 17, 18. And I'm thinking like, oh, that's kind of cliche. Like, no, but and I still didn't come up with anything.
Gotcha.
So she went out there and just introduced them as Lamage Models.
Right.
And then when I tell you that that's been it was an amazing idea. All credit to her, Miss Platt. All credit to you.
Right. Yeah.
So, and where can we find and look at all your designer clothing and all that? Is it a store? Do you have it online? Talk to us.
I have an e-commerce right now. I'm not going into the brick and mortar right now because of COVID. Once the world goes back to normal, I may possibly be investing into a storefront. But I'm actually comfortable with it being online. And you can follow me at lamagecompany.com. So it's www.lamajcompany.com. Or you can check me out on Instagram. As soon as you type in Lamage or Lamage Co. or Lamage Company, all my pages come up. So I use it the most. So I see some other Lamages on Facebook, Instagram, but not as much as how I use it. So yeah, so y'all can. And also, you can Google me. I'm listed on Google.
Gotcha. So Jamal, we see you brought your merchandise with you today. Go on and show the audience, what do you have?
This is my ready-to-wear line. This is post-COVID. So this just came about. I got my tracksuit on today. This is like a little tailored fit. I like to wear them slouch. My arms are kind of long, but it's real comfortable. Very, very comfortable. Something just throw on and go. I got multiple colors. It features the, the Mars Company block logo on the bag.
Okay, so you have that on the back of that one too?
Yeah.
Let's see the back. Okay, we have the Mars logo right here.
Yep, and then the ensemble emblem in the front. And then when you see the pants, it just says Lamage Co. Miami. Always brings it back to the brand. So I mean, I love tracksuits. I've always loved tracksuits when I was a kid. I remember they used to have like the velour and all those different types of fabrics when they came out. So I definitely had to add a tracksuit.
And these are
my cross bags. Okay. Yeah. So my cross bags. This is actually a unique find. I found a distributor down here that actually does them, and then I actually went and put my own logo on top of it. But actually, if you put your portable charger inside of it, you can plug it up to the bag.
Oh, that's nice.
It has three pouches actually, the front pouch and two center pouches. And like I said, the USB cord. So you just plug it up to your bag and you have a...
Okay, so you can plug it up here. Does the bag charge or something?
If you have your portable if your charger, you gotta put your charger inside of it.
The charger in it.
But it has the port, so that way you can connect it. It don't come with the charger now. But definitely, cross bags is definitely in. Okay. Some people like to call them satchels or anything like that, but definitely like a kind of grab and go.
And what colors do you have?
Right now, gray, blue, and black.
Gray, blue, and black.
Yeah, gray, blue, and black. So cell phone, all everything that you got in here.
And these are just all the different colors of the sweat jacket.
Yeah, I have a lot more colors available. If you check the website out, www.lamashcompany.com, you can see them. But these are my personal ones that I like to wear.
All right, so we got the red.
Yep.
And it goes nice with the statue.
Definitely.
Alright.
And then I have my classic t-shirts that'll always be available. So these is what I'm pushing right now.
This is what I'm wearing also.
Lamage Company, Lamage Co. Miami, and then the emblem t-shirts. So I've got some great pieces of advice from a couple brands that I shadow, and they told me to pick a couple items and push them and get them out first before you start pushing out everything else. So, but I mean, whenever you see me, you always see me in something exclusive, and then people are interested in that. But the t-shirts is definitely something that I know it's timeless, it's classic, it's never going out of style.
Gotcha. And where can they find these? How do they get them?
www.lamashcompany.com. Or you can reach out to me on Instagram, because they have Instagram shops now and Facebook shops. So if you find me all over all the medias, you can definitely find where to purchase them.
Gotcha. Check this out. It's hot new apparel. You got the jackets, you got the shirts, you got the tights. Did you mention the tights?
No, I didn't actually. So female tights, if you just want to grab something to be comfortable, run out to the store, definitely have, these are the biker tights actually. Mine's down the side. Really, really comfortable for all the females. Who doesn't like a good tight?
So was it hard? Did you face any obstacles getting into the fashion industry?
Yes. So before I got into ready to wear, I'm a prom dress designer. So I design high-end prom dresses.
Okay, so all proms, we got proms coming up. And then, we missed it already?
So you still
for next year?
Yeah, for next year. Yeah. So 2020 and 2021 was not good to me with prom. So but I mean, hey, we moving through it. But I did see prom is about to, it's going to come back around. And I'm planning on hitting it hard. Hard. Because that's where I got my start. That's where I got my popularity. That's where I got my recognition. That's where I did a lot of my trial and error in really discovering what fashion is.
Okay.
Yeah, by being a self-taught designer. So.
Got you.
Yeah.
So if anybody's trying to follow in your footsteps, become a designer, what basically do they have to have lined up? Is there certain steps? What advice would you give to them?
So when I think back on how I got started, and if I was to give an advice to someone else, you really got to figure out what your niche is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you got to figure out what your niche, and then you have to run with it. And it's so crazy because I say this every day. I was like, I give great advice, but I don't take my advice. Back in the day, when I was 21, when I just got to college, I didn't know what my niche was. Like, I had Lamage Collection. It started from Lamage Models to move to Lamage Collection because I started sewing.
Okay.
And then Lamage Collection for a very long time. And then when I went to college, I was making costumes. I was making costumes for the modeling troops. Because that's originally how I started. I was teaching models how to model. I had my own modeling troupe, Lamage Models, and they was wearing my costumes for the fashion show that I was producing.
Gotcha.
So that's how I started. So when I went to college, I saw another designer showcasing his gown collection. And it was like at a fashion show. And I was like, I think I know what I want to do. I think I want to make prom dresses. That's when I discovered my niche. And once I discovered my niche, it was more so perfecting. So the first year I did prom, I did 5 dresses. The second year I did 15. Third year 20. And it just kept going. So when I came, the first year I did, not the first year. The first year that I did, I had like a boom. I did 54 dresses.
Wow.
54 dresses, and that was here, and that was in Miami.
Right.
54 dresses was a lot for me. I had an office in downtown Miami. I hired an assistant. I hired an apprentice to help me get through it.
Right.
But it took me to another level in success as far as like, wow, I perfected some of my dresses to where though a lot of people want them. And my first like couple dresses was horrible. Like they no lining, no zipper. You just step in and go.
Right.
Like if the light shine the right way, you can see right through it. Like it was bad. So I encourage anyone that wants to start their clothing line, find your niche and work at that niche, because it's not going to always be good in the beginning. It's not going to always be perfect in the beginning. So give yourself time to grow.
Right.
Give yourself time to evolve, and be patient with yourself, because this fashion world is no rules. Like people think that you can go to school. Like I really think it's a crime for people to go to school for fashion.
Wow.
Like fashion merchandising and selling it. Yes, get a degree in that. But teaching someone how to sew.
Right.
But there is no rule book as to this is coming out next.
Right.
It's literally what the designers are doing and what their influence on the culture.
Right.
Like, be patient. Find your niche and then just excel. People are gonna like it or they're not.
Right.
Every brand ain't for everyone.
Yes. Right. When you're dealing with creativity, everybody thinking about different things.
That's it.
Right.
And that's the beauty about being a creative.
Yeah.
Like, it's your interpretation of it. So like you don't see like Gucci. Oh my God! I encourage y'all to look at it too. I go on YouTube and go to and look up how the evolution of Gucci, and the evolution of Louis Vuitton.
Right.
Like he was a trunk designer. Like he designed like travel trunks in the 1800s.
Right.
And then he evolved to what they are now.
Yeah, I saw the documentary on Ralph Lauren. It was amazing how.
Everyone's backstory is crazy, and then a lot of these big name designers right now work for each other.
Right.
They did. Tom Ford worked for Gucci, and now he has Tom Ford.
The same thing with watches. People in the watch industry, they be working for each other, and then they branch off
and do their own thing.
Yeah.
Everything is connected.
Networking is great.
Yeah, networking definitely.
Networking is the key.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I promise you, if I were to go start working for Gucci or DKNY, I promise you, once I come out, you're gonna see a whole line, something different.
Yeah, it's like that in a lot of different fields. The cigar world like that too.
But that's a problem in our community. Everyone wants to just be on their own.
Right.
Is that if they see him doing something, they're gonna hate on him. Him doing something, it's like no. It's like there's not enough unity in the black community.
Yeah, I think about it. That's dated back so far, and I was actually having a conversation with my some of my co-workers for work. I was just like, we're not trained to be so together.
Yeah.
We're trained to work for someone else.
Yeah.
And it's the sad reality, but are we breaking these curses?
And we need to try.
I fell victim to, like, you know what, I ain't gonna go work for nobody else, I'm just gonna do my own thing. Mm-hmm. I've had that mentality. Right. Now that I've had my line, and I still want to go intern at other people just to see what they do.
People who doing a little bit higher than you can learn from. I watched the interview with Ray J and Bow Wow, and Ray J said that he would intern for Puffy. Okay. Just to get that knowledge that Puffy got.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? For free. So he already got his own money. It's just about learning.
Exactly. We definitely gotta put ourselves into spaces that is going to help us get to another level.
I definitely believe that. We need to support each other.
Yeah.
Support our artists. Support our business owners. You know, don't be afraid to like somebody's video or say, drop a comment, anything.
Yeah.
That supports each other instead of just saying, no, I just want to do my own thing. Forget him. We need to bring it in like all the other cultures are doing, all the other communities are doing. That's going to help uplift the black community.
We got to stand on each other's shoulders. We got to do it.
It's just getting around that circle of people. Right. Getting around that circle of people, and that's one thing I think our community, our culture struggles with. Yeah. We say we want to do it, but then even once we get into those circles, it's always the select few that still hold on to that.
Right.
Still hold on to that. So I ride my own wave. I create my own wave. I don't ride my own wave. I create my own wave. And whenever you see me out in the city, if I'm going out, I'm always branded.
Yeah.
Always branded. Right. Everyone knows me, like, oh, he got his t-shirt on, he got this, he got that. Or when they see him, he always gonna be on point. Like, it's all, especially if I'm promoting. But that's how I met you. Like, when you see me, I'm going to be on point. Like, you're like, I'm going to be with the goal. I want y'all to see what's in my head.
Right.
Like, that's just how it is.
Do you have any favorite designers that's influenced you?
Y'all don't know them.
Yeah.
Just shout them out.
Yeah, y'all don't know them. Like, well, you probably have heard of them. This guy, shouts out to the guys at World Envision.
Okay.
They are black owned, based out of, I don't even want to say the town because I don't want to disrespect them. But I watched their podcast. I don't want to disrespect them. I want to say they're from New Orleans because they got the accent when I look at their podcast.
Okay.
But I encourage everybody to go look up a World Envision. These guys is doing an amazing thing.
The World Envision?
World Envision.
World Envision.
Yeah, World Envision. When I tell you, I don't know these guys from the can of paint, but I respect. I see their ads on Facebook. I see these they younger than me. I'm 31.
Right. Okay.
They I want to say probably 24, 25 right now. And they started a t-shirt line, and they literally took over their hometown and just kept going. It just kept going. It kept going. And now they got a 10,000 square foot warehouse and employs 65 people, and they just pushing out their brand. And it's so inspirational. And then I'm pretty sure y'all seen the shirt called God is Dope.
God is Dope.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, God is Dope. Look them up. And same thing. They in like cahoots, and they encourage each other. This brand, they do podcasts too. They sit down and they talk about how if people want to follow our vision and what we're doing, this is what they can do. So they are actually kind of like my favorite clothing brands right now.
Right.
If you want to say like high end luxury, I don't have one.
You don't have one?
Yeah, I don't have one. I am my favorite one.
There you go.
Yeah, I have things that I like about certain brands. Like I love the polish of Gucci.
Right.
It's very polished. I love the name. I love the name and I love the emblem. I love YSL emblem. Like how polished when you go into their store, it's just clean.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton, I love the emblem. I love where it has gone, but I'm not necessarily a fan of their silhouettes and their fabric choices. The same thing with Versace. Okay. Yeah, so I have some things that I like about a lot of different high-end designers.
Yeah, I'm big on texture. I like fabric.
Like the way how it feels.
Yeah, I like how it feels. Yeah.
Yeah, Gucci's good with that. YSL's good with that.
Yeah.
And a couple other like Donna Karen, DKNY, BB.
I like the shirt though that you got because I like how it fit me.
Yeah,
it fit me. It's nice.
I had pride myself in that.
Yeah.
Cause like I had to test so many different shirts. Like I had to test Gilded, I had to test Bella Canva, I had to test Next Level, and it's crazy because when you say that, a lot of people say like, "Oh, what shirts is these? This Next Level, these expensive." I was like,
right.
They're not that expensive, but okay. Because in my mind, I have a brand standard.
Okay.
So my brand standard, and that's my price point is what it's going to be, so that way it can meet.
You can fit.
Yeah.
Right?
It can meet your standard, like it can meet your expectation.
Right. And the material is good.
Yeah,
and
it's good.
The length of the shirt is good.
Right.
It's not like, because a lot of times you go to these stores and you, like, let me get a large, extra large, but the short is cut.
Sure,
I don't know if it's for midgets, but it's cut real short
That's not
with no length.
And I had to do that, honestly. I had to do that a lot of times because us tall guys, like, we got long limbs. Yeah, like some things we too short at the ankles, our wrists, t-shirts maybe a little too short. Like, yeah, I had to do my product research.
You got to.
I really did. And a lot of it's catered to my body type.
Right.
But the product research is key too for anybody else that's thinking about starting a brand. Do your research on your product.
Okay.
So that way you can understand your price point.
Got you.
Because if you don't understand your price point, and you just throwing prices all over the place, like how can you just be starting out with $34 t-shirts?
Exactly.
$54 t-shirt.
That's what I tell people. Some people want to start off like who are you?
Yeah.
You gotta like try to build a base at an affordable price.
Understand that.
Before you just jump to, oh no, I'm selling my shirts $100, trying to like, you selling it higher than other designers who've been out here for long periods of time.
You just said, who are you? That's exactly how I literally had to ask myself that a couple times.
Yeah.
Don't nobody know you? Like I had to like talk to yourself. Like, don't nobody know you? You gotta come down off this high horse.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you gotta.
When they know you, then that's when you can.
There you go.
Get right.
There you go.
So have you ever modeled?
Oh yeah, I started. That's it. I was a fashionable guy, and my mom. I wanted to model, and my mom put me in John Casablanca, and I went to John Casablanca to modeling school in Baltimore, and then I went to John Robert Powers for a second, so a quick second, and then that was it. Okay. So and then I did do the runway. Just like I said, that's how I started. But then I quickly evolved into that leadership role. Yeah. And it was just kind of like I was influencing other models to follow what I did, but I wasn't actually modeling.
Right.
Yeah, because you're a tall guy. How tall are you?
6'1".
Yeah, you're like our height.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so I'm the tallest in the family actually.
Yeah.
My dad is tall. I'm taller than him now.
Okay. So if you could change one thing in the world, what would you change?
If I could change one thing okay, I can answer that. I would change that. I would change the way culture is taught. Let me explain what I mean by that. Because you know how when a baby is born, they don't know their nationality. Yeah. They don't know black, Asian, Caucasian. Right. They don't know all that. So I feel like it's taught. And my mom and my dad, they did an excellent job at that because when the whole racial injustice and stuff that's going on, and I don't like that. I wasn't taught that. Yeah. My mom always taught me to be kind, to be sweet, be generous, be humble to everybody. Right. So when the whole thing with the Black Lives Matter was going on, and I called my mom and said, "What is?" She said, "You really bothered by it?" I said, "I am because I don't understand. I don't comprehend it. I wasn't taught that. My mom told me to be nice to everyone. Yeah. And then I had a couple friends, different nationalities, and I'm talking to them. I said, I can't process. My mom don't process the fact that people would hate us sitting here having a conversation. Yeah. That bothered me to the ninth power. I was just like, wow, people really don't. I was like, I can't think there was a time that me and you couldn't sit here and do business. In a different, Caucasian woman. And she's just like, a lot of people are not like us in the world. And I just didn't get that because my mom sheltered us from that. Exactly. Yeah, so I honestly think a lot of our businesses would thrive if we kind of got that out.
Yeah.
because a lot of things that different nationalities that are privileged to, that, you know, business this and business savvy things, if that kind of did not exist, a lot of us would be a lot
further ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
We have to be able to look past color, look past nationality.
There you go.
Just look at the person as an individual, what they have to offer. Because if I'm just so keen on he's white, he's black, I'm not dealing with them, those are great ideas that you can be missing out on. Talent that we all bring from all kind of different cultures.
I'm just saying, like, if we all sit at the table, but we look different, why can't we all get the same information?
Yeah. Prejudice is taught, like you said. Your mom, dad didn't teach you that, so
they didn't teach me that.
It is taught.
And then I've experienced it, but then it wasn't to a part to where it's though, like, to the magnitude of how it is.
Right.
And, you know, and then I feel humbled actually coming down here because I was sheltered from a lot of it.
Yeah.
In Baltimore and Philly, all I know was, you know, black, Jamaican, Spanish.
Right.
But when I come down here, it's mountain pie.
Mountain pie.
Yeah,
You got everything down here.
You see everything, like so many different walks of life. And that's why I was just like, I don't want to go home, like, because it's so much I was sheltered from, and I just feel like I'm pretty sure it's so much more out here.
It is
so much more out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? What do you see going on for yourself?
As hard as I'm working right now, to get I feel like in the 5-year mark, I'll be.
You did.
I got the warehouse. I got the employees. The brand is pushing out. I'm a big advocate in sharing the information. So I definitely want to like get like a small like class or a small like program for other entrepreneurs like myself.
Oh, that's great.
Because I know a lot, and I didn't even, because I taught myself a lot, so I did the research. Right. I didn't go to have somebody get the LLC, get the Dun & Bradstreet, get the company credit, get the PPP. I didn't have nobody do that. I did that.
You did it.
Yeah, I did it on my own. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people think it's hard to do this, and it's not if you just sit down and put in the work. Yeah, so I want to put together some type of entrepreneur program for our culture, but it's open to everybody.
Right.
It's open to everybody because the information is free. Information don't have no color, or no culture.
Right.
And I stand firm by that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like it don't have no culture. Right. So I want to share the experiences that I've had. So I have the warehouse. I have some investment properties, and just really standing firm in that entrepreneurship and building the brand, building a company. Because actually, the brand is a piece of the company. Right. The company is it's the umbrella of it. It houses. So I have the event sector because I will never give up events. Right. Never give up production, and then it's the clothing brand.
So you've been in the empire.
That's it. Right. And I want those two to just thrive.
Right.
Less than 10 years.
Right. Right. Room for you.
Nice. So what do you have like upcoming? Do you have any projects upcoming or any shows upcoming that you would like the audience to know about?
So I encourage everybody to follow me on Instagram at @Lamage because I'm the most active on my personal one.
I am.
Oh, I am. So not I-A-M. I am LAMAJ _.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then you can link once you get to my personal and all other ones you'll see. It's 2 other ones. So follow me on my Instagram because that's my most active. I'm a little bit of a socialite in the city, so I'm everywhere. I'm at clubs. I'm at doing different interviews and all different types of things. So I have a lot going on. But for what I'm working on personally, I'm on a reality show called The Come Up Miami, and I'm now executive producer of it. So I'm working with me and a couple other people. He's based out of Boston. And we're actually looking for new cast members to highlight.
Okay. So has that show started?
Well, season 1 aired, and I was on season 1.
Season 1 is out.
Yes.
And where will we watch that at?
You can go to Gemini Films on YouTube.
Gemini Films on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Okay. So you say you're looking for new cast members. How can a new cast member audition?
If you go to Gemini Films on Instagram, Gemini Films, and it's right underneath the flyer. They post it a lot. Right. Or you can just DM me directly, then I can send it to you. But I think Not. I think we actually we're looking for new, but it's almost out. So like I think we're going to be casting the ones that applied already within the next week. So that's my biggest project that I'm working on. It brought me so much publicity in the city, and actually throughout, because a lot of people watch the show. Yeah, a lot of people have watched the show, and even when I go out, I get people, "Ain't you on the show?" I was like, "Thank you so much." Like, yes, that's me. They're just like, "I love you. Like, I love your work ethic," and it's very humbling because I joined the show for one reason and one reason only: to push the company, like to push the brand, to meet new people, and literally that goal was met. Right. So now that I'm elevating, kind of came with a paycheck now. Yeah.
So when we talk legacy, what would you want your legacy and the legacy of your brand to be?
The legacy of Jamal Morrison will be built up off Lamage Company. But Jamal Morrison, I want them to know that he worked hard. He worked hard for Lamage Co. to be its own entity, to run itself. He taught a lot of people how and what he did. My mom had a vision that I wrote a book just for that. Okay. Just for that. She was just like, "Jamal, I need you to start writing this stuff down." And I was like, "Why are you calling me?" Telling me like, she said, "I just start writing down your steps. Look, hey, your steps, the process." Like, a lot of people ask about you, and I was just like, and I'm such a humble person. I don't realize it. Yeah. And she's like, "I don't even check up on you." Every time I get on the phone with my girlfriend, it's like, "How's Jamal? You know he's doing some crazy things, doing some great things," and it's like, you are all the time. So start writing stuff down. Yeah. So, but I want the legacy to be like, he worked hard. He shared the information that he learned, and he gave it out to people that wanted it. Right. And that I was here, and I'm still here. And I want that legacy to be known just like that. Right. I don't want it no other way.
Yeah. All right. And final question.
Okay. What's that?
What does be the model mean to you?
Oh, what does be the model mean to me? Like, you are the model. Like, you are your best model, honestly. Yeah. Like, I pride myself every time I walk out the door, every time I do an interview, every time I do a pop-up shop, because I'm the brand. So you gotta be that model. You gotta be, you gotta embody it. You gotta be the best version of you.
Nice. Nice. So thanks for joining us.
Thank y'all, man.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We had a real great hot designer. Check out all his designer clothing line. Go to the website. Where can they find you at again?
They can find me on Instagram at Lamage or Lamage Company. You can go to our website, www.lamagecompany.com.
Okay. And be great. Be that model. Be unique. Be yourself. And be the model.
All right. That was good.